How do I know if I'm dating a narcissist on the first date? After having relationships with narcissists for years and with my recent life coach training, I'm able to quickly identify who narcissists are just by knowing the signs. If you're able to identify a narcissist on your first date with them, you'll save yourself months and even years of heartache and distress. If you hit the like button and subscribe, it could potentially help abuse victims know the signs so they're able to protect themselves. This information literally helps save lives, so that's why it's very important to help me spread awareness about these topics. It can be hard to resist narcissists because they appear to be charming people, which is what initially makes victims drawn to them. A lot of times, victims can miss the signs because they seem caring and attentive to your needs, especially if you're in a tough spot because it can make them look good and they'll get admiration from you. So they seem like very attractive people and you're excited to go out with them. But how do you know if they're toxic people when you first meet them? Here's 8 simple ways to identify a narcissist on the first date. Number 1, they shower you with compliments. Narcissists will flatter you endlessly instead of asking you questions. This method is known as love bombing. They will tell you things like, you're the finest thing that has ever happened to them. You are the person of their fantasies. You're their soulmate, and they can't stop looking at you. Although these things could seem very flattering, this is not the case. Since they've only recently met you, they can't label you perfect or the person of your dreams, or their dreams. They aren't familiar with you and have no interest in finding out more about you. Number 2, they tell you that they love you. They'll express their love when you go out on a date. Narcissists profess their love to you when most people can't even love themselves. On a first date, saying things like, I love you, I'll miss you, and I want to marry you is completely inappropriate. A narcissist will want to hurry things along as quickly as possible. They'll pressure you into getting married, moving in together, getting into a relationship, having children, etc. Don't believe their false rhetoric. You are not responsible for their inner turmoil. Number 3, they don't respect your boundaries. A narcissist will try to make every maybe into a yes since they are unable to accept a no. It can start with something tiny like, oh, come on, just one more drink, and end with you having sex on the first date despite you saying no to them earlier. A narcissist will use any trick in the book that they can in order to seduce you into doing what they want, and they won't stop until they do. On a first date, if you find yourself giving in to temptation you normally wouldn't, that individual is clearly a boundary breaker and is most likely a narcissist as well. Number 4, they talk to others around you. That's a challenging thing because there are people who are genuinely chatty and just like talking to other people. However, narcissists prefer to talk to those who might be on a date, such as a waiter or a cab driver, etc. Importantly, they'll only do it if you're present. Why is this? They do this because they want to appear to be incredibly kind, caring, and fun. They want to leave you with a positive impression. They'll make jokes with the waitress or remark on the nice car of the cab driver. Don't be fooled by that. Number 5, they constantly talk about themselves. Grandiose narcissists frequently talk nonstop. Yes, there are many extroverts who aren't necessarily egotistical. Therefore, it's crucial to pay attention to what your date says. Do they respond to your inquiries or engage you in questions about God and the world, or do they primarily talk about themselves and divulge personal info without being prompted? If the latter is the case, there's a good possibility that you are witnessing a narcissist. They will always overstate their points. They overshare and pitch themselves as a prize and something that you should want. So this makes up for their insecurities. Number 6, they don't ask personal questions. Both people on a date will inevitably ask a lot of questions to get to know one another. Narcissists seldom act in such way. Because they aren't interested in you and only care about themselves, they don't show any interest in you. On a date, their primary aim is to arouse your desire for them. On a first date with a narcissist, you are unlikely to find yourself having answered very personal questions when you go home. If that's the case, pay attention if they merely look at the occasion to respond to them as well and refocus attention on themselves. Number 7, they go above and beyond. Even if your home is an hour away, they will drive you there. When you inquire as to its location, they'll lead you there. They'll bring you an expensive gift. Many people might describe this as cute, attentive, or gentlemanly, but keep in mind that this is just your first date. This person is unfamiliar with you. Someone who consistently goes above and beyond is probably using one of their seductive manipulation techniques on you. This is a typical narcissistic technique that people use to deceive themselves about their value and hide their insecurities. Number 8, they sell themselves like a product. Because they are so insecure on the inside, narcissists continuously seek for the approval of others. They keep persuading themselves of their superiority because they are unable to deal with the suffering, and they will also make an effort to persuade you of the same. Therefore, it's not a good indicator if you ask your date a straightforward question and the response makes you feel like you agree to a sales pitch. Knowing these signs on the first date can help you avoid forming relationships with toxic people who will destroy your life later down on the line. Narcissists are unable to form healthy relationships, so they will try their best to hide it from you so you will be attracted to them and want to be with them. Narcissists like to destroy other people's lives because they want to feel better about themselves and be in control. Narcissists are aware of what they are doing, but don't want you to know how cruel they are. So they will go the extra mile and be very attentive to you right off the bat in order to hide who they really are. For more tips on how to spot narcissistic abuse in relationships, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.